Hello there, Speed Duelists. Welcome back to another tournament review. This week we are doing Speed Duel Showdown 159, which had a clean 8 players, so just an 8-player bracket today. These tournaments take place every Sunday night and are free to enter, so you could be one of the duelists playing next week. Let's start off with Paradoxo versus Dank Memes. And here I saw that Paradoxo accidentally loaded the wrong skill card, so they are not playing Invitation to the Society, they are playing Millennium Necklace, which lets you, before the opponent draws at the start of their turn, look at the top 3 cards of their decks and put them back in any order, and that's only once per duel, so one of the really old skills. And they are going to start their turn with the effect of Medora to place the Gravekeeper's Trap in the Spell and Trap zone face up. So, before Dank Memes draws, Paradoxo is going to rearrange the top 3. So we see that they are on Crystal Beasts, which has been surprisingly popular in the Speed Duel Showdown events. Gravekeeper's Trap activates. Before they draw, they are going to declare what the draw is, and if it's correct, which it will be thanks to the Millennium Necklace, it's discarded. Anyway, Dank Memes will be able to rearrange their deck with the Melody of Awakening Dragon, best Speed Duel card in the game, and this Armed Dragon is immediately gonna be shuffled back with Medora's effect. However, Dank Memes is on Crystal Transcendence, which is basically gonna allow you to discard any number of cards and put Crystal Beasts from your deck into the Spell and Trap zone. That's one way of getting Armed Dragons from your hand into the discard pile. Armed Dragon level 10 white is immediately gonna dispatch of that Gravekeeper's Trap, and Sapphire Pegasus will be hitting in directly. However, Paradoxo also has the best card in Speed Duel, in a Melody. They're gonna discard a white. And they're even saying, where's Whitefield if you need it, because yeah, that would have been pretty good with the Invitation skill. Dank Memes scooping it up. So we're going to game 2. And yeah, on DuelingBook you can only switch skills in between games if they are in your side deck. Here is Medora being summoned so that it can be used as an interruption, and Melody is again drawn. But yeah, if they use Medora here, they know that the skill is there, so I am forcing the opponents to use their skill and discard an Armed Dragon, as well as a Medora. Medora has been putting in work this matchup. Here is the Armed Dragon, here is Sapphire Pegasus, and is that going to be game? No, Book of Moon will put the Armed Dragon white face down. So the best draw for Paradoxo right now is one of the Armed Dragons, and he draws it, amazing. Anyway, here is a Crystal Conclave being flipped face up, and that does it. So Dank Memes quickly turning the match into a game number 3. But now I think Dank Memes will be forced to go first. Paradoxo just has to pass the turn. They were forced to go first, but can't do anything with this hand. So Dank Memes will be easily able to sweep this up. Yep, there is game, so Dank Memes moving on to the top 4. Next up we have That Guy versus Amiibo Pimp. And it looks like they are on My Valentine and Yugi. Amiibo Pimp is the player who is on Amazon's Harpies. Very interesting, that combination. And That Guy seems to have transferred from Dice Armed Dragon to being a full-time Gaia player. Here we have Princess searching out Amazon's Willpower, which is the Call of the Haunted for Amazon's monsters. And Heirloom equipped to Princess. That guy is gonna use Night Beam to snipe the Willpower, but is going to pass the turn. Yeah, heirloom is only when it attacks, but yeah, the first time it cannot be destroyed. So yeah, bit of a tricky situation. Amiibo Pimp gonna use Tribal Unity to discard the pet dragon and boosts the attack of a princess. That's gonna hit in for 28, but there is the Sphere Kuribo. Okay, now a play will have to be made. Here is Charging Guy, the Fierce Knight, which is gonna be normal summoned at 19 attack, and the Sword of Solitary, the Solitary Sword of Poison is gonna double that attack to 38. It's gonna attack the princess, and here I think we're gonna see Book of Moon. Yeah, just waiting for a possible Sphere Kuribo, and in the battle step that is gonna connect. So 38 attack onto 800 defense. That's a lot of damage. Not 39, I think. That's 38 onto 900. That should only be 29. Yeah, so players are going to be fixing that. There's going to be a lot of life point noises. That guy, since Gaia did piercing, is going to be able to draw 2 and pitch a Galaxy Cyclone that could come up, since the Harpy Amazoness deck does leave some cards face up in the spell and trap zones. Call is going to be activated to search for Amazoness Spellcaster. So we're gonna see the hunting ground popping the solitary swords. Did they have to do that? I'm not sure. We are gonna see Dancer and Gaia switch attacks. So yeah, Dancer will be able to attack over the Gaia, and in the end phase she drops back down to 1400. But that guy top decking regular Gaia and normal summoning it. Yeah, and Amiibo Pimp just doesn't draw an out to the Gaia. So very interesting. That was game number 1. Game number 2, that guy forced to go first and just setting 1. Not yet flipping the skill phase up. So yeah, Galaxy Cyclone was a bluff set. So we see the Queen being normal summoned, and here comes the Heirloom being equipped onto the Queen. So that's going to be a lot of damage, but that guy will be able to strike back with their massive normal summons. Galaxy Cyclone getting banished to destroy the Heirloom, and here is Gaia attacking over the Queen. Not yet committing their Solitary Sword. And players are chatting some back and forth. Harpy Dancer is normal summoned, and that will pop the face of Amazoness Fighting Spirit. Yeah, it's tricky that they had the field spell face up, but maybe they could have popped the field spell. But then the Dancer would just be at 2200, so not helping there. Let's see, that guy is gonna commit Charging Gaia. And Amazoness Onslaught is flipped face up, so Charging Gaia will be banished. And regular Gaia can hit in for 23. And Harpy Queen is top decked. I'm not sure whether that does it. Okay. Gonna use the field spell to pop the Onslaught. Onslaught is gonna reborn Harpy Queen. That is gonna pop the fields. And seems like a judge is called for slow play, but yeah, that is finally resolved. And then Gaia with a massive attack stat, and yeah, that is gonna be it. Next top 8 match, it's Domoski versus Game Brain, regular faces to the Speed Tool scene. And Game Brain is bringing something spicy. Looks like they are on some sort of zombie Dark Magician brew, and Domoski is on nails. So we're gonna see Yugi and Jaden face off. Let's finally see who would have won in that last episode of GX, right? Both players taking it slow, setting some cards. They have very similar skills, straight out of Neospace and Ever Faithful Companions. So it's gonna be a bit of a game of chicken to see who commits a monster first. But Domoski has all the back row removal, and now he's gonna have Hero Lives to special summon Prisma. Prisma can dump Neos, and then Monster Reborn is just gonna cleanly sweep that up. Domoski really a fan of the back row hate big sweep kind of decks, and that is gonna win him game 1. Let's see who takes the second game. Looks like GameBrain is on some spicy stuff. He's bringing in a Golden Ladybug. That's gonna give him some longevity. And Domoski gonna take it slow. Golden Ladybug is gonna gain GameBrain some life points, so that should protect him, right? Gaiku is gonna hit in for 1800, so that chip damage very important to Dark Magician. GameBrain gonna go up to 5000 life points, setting the Magic Rebo. And that might have been a mistake that Domoski can capitalize in with Offerings to the Doomed. Yeah, here is the special summon of Neos and not attacking. Presumably, supposing it's a Witch of the Black Forest. I'm still not seeing what the Haunted Shrine is doing in this deck. So I'm curious to see whether we'll be seeing a zombie soon. Prisma will be summoned and shuffled back with E and Shuffle, and that will allow Domoski to bring out the Neospatian Grand Mole, so that is going to deal with the potential Witch by bouncing it back to the hand. But he's not even going to do that. Okay, very controlled play here from Domoski. And now we're going to see a Witch being set. Domoski is gonna attack the Witch with the Grand Mole. And GameBrain is gonna think, but finally allow this. Okay. DD Crow is drawn, so GameBrain playing Hand Trap dot deck. And Domoski drawing the dead Hero Lives, so yeah, it's gonna bring out Gaiku. And there is a Quaking Mirror Force set. So on the attack declaration, GameBrain will be using that Quaking Mirror Force. And will it resolve? It will resolve. Okay. This Ladybug putting in work GameBrain at 7000 life points. But Domoski, I believe he does have the option to contact Fuse using face down monsters. I'm not sure what the text on a Grand Neo says. And GameBrain is just gonna run with this, it seems. They have a massive amount of life points. They also have more cards in their deck because they are on a 30 card Dark Magician Zombie good stuff pile. So initiative really is up to Domoski. Dark Magician Girl is drawn. GameBrain tributing Witch to summon Dark Magician Girl, and Witch searches out Zombina with a 1500 defense stat. So it seems like that was the target for the Haunted Shrine. Very interesting. We saw Haunted Shrine previously when I was playing Tomato Toolbox as a way to hedge myself against potential OTKs. This is just gonna be a draw and pass fest, right? GameBrain at 10,000 life points, Domoski now at 4 cards in deck. We see Medora as well. That's gonna be pitched in the end phase due to hand size limits. I'm not sure what Domoski is trying to go for right here. Yeah, I think this is as good as done. Let's fast forward, because I don't think we're going to be seeing any more plays for the rest of this game. And here we see it, Domoski drawing his last card, the Vigilance, out, yeah. 12,500 life points. The Ladybug was putting in work. Didn't lose a single life point, so actually the Ladybug didn't put in any work. I don't know whether it works like that. Anyway, we see Demoski choosing to go first and bricking, but yeah, Dark Magician cannot really do anything going second except putting down double Swords of Revealing Light, and these don't stack, so that will give Gamebrain time to get in the chip damage, very important as a Dark Magician player. But it does put a monster on the field, so here we see Nails being special summons, lots of OKs being given, and here is Grand Neos. Grand Neos gonna bounce back the tribe, but there is a Mind Crush in the back, so that's a bit of synergy between those two. And Mind Crush is gonna wipe tribe, and double Cyclone Chained to destroy that haunted shrine. Here is the special summon of Dark Magician, but Champion's Vigilance will be preventing that from resolving. Two swords are gone. Here is Medora, but is that gonna be enough to protect Gamebrain? We are seeing Prisma. That's gonna send a Neos. Monster Reborn, not sending the Neos, gonna go for the Grand Mole to potentially attack over a Witch. Here is Grand Neos. So bouncing the monster back to the hand, and not gonna try to attack, being very cautious about the Quaking Mirror Force. And here is Witch, but he's just gonna set the Witch. Grand Mole is gonna be bouncing that. The set card is a Bluff Dark Magic attack. I think Gamebrain should have maybe summoned the Witch, take 14 damage to crash, then he still would have been at 26. A Magic Rebo would have been live, but now even crashing the Witch is no longer an option, and we see the Magic Rebo being one turn late, although he still could try to crash Witch into Neos and use Magic Rebo in that way, but it looks like Gamebrain might be throwing in the towel here. Galaxy Cyclone checking out one of the bluff sets. Here we see Grand Mole bouncing the Magic Rebo, the Witch, and Neos attacking in for game. So we see Neos advancing to the top 4. Final top 8 match, we see Hutarino number 2 versus Username. And Hutarino is on the Battle City Siren skill with Red Eyes, it looks like. So even though Azusa is not playing in the tournament, she's still here in represented. Here is the Melody, and we are gonna see Arm Dragon level 10 White coming out along with the Sapphire Pegasus. So very strong start from Hutarino. Arm Dragon level 10 White is gonna attack over the Red Eyes Baby Dragon. So that is gonna bring out the the Gearfried, and Gearfried is gonna pop nothing. So just passing turn there. Now Siren is gonna put the Arm Dragon level 10 to defense, and Shield Crush will be taking it out, followed up by Fossil Dyna. Unfortunately for Hutarino, Username does have the Crystal Raigeki, which is gonna take out that Fossil Dyna, and from there another Arm Dragon level 10 White is gonna give him full control over the Duel. So that is 900 attack, and yeah, the Baby Dragon is sent to the graveyard, so that is gonna allow Hutarino to add the Black Metal Dragon. That is 900 damage, followed by 18, and can Hutarino come back? Oh, Blast with Chain is an excellent draw here. Let's see whether he can make it pay off. Black Metal Dragon is gonna be equipped. And we see the second effect of Gearfried, sending that Black Metal Dragon to the graveyard to reborn the baby dragon. Very cool. Uterino clearly knows how to play this deck well. There is no Blast with Chain being set. I'm not sure whether that's a misplay or a conscious decision. Anyway, we see Gearfried crashing with. Uterino forgot main phase 2. Very unfortunate. Yeah, so slight misplay. Happens to the best of us, right? So game 1 going to username. And Uterino starting off strong with the Gearfried and 2 sets. But username has the best card in Speed Tool. The Melody, that's going to give him a huge advantage here. Is he immediately gonna commit the Arm Dragon level 10 white? No reason not to, so here it comes. Are we gonna see anything on the summon? No. On entering battle phase? On attack declaration we see Book of Moon on the Sapphire Pegasus. And Arm Dragon level 10 white is activated and the set Unbreakable Spirit is chained. So this Gearfried will be gaining a lot of attack points. There is no replay since the amount of monsters didn't change. So this Gearfried is huge. And players are explaining that there is no replay. So Arm Dragon level 10 white is gonna attack into the Gearfried. Normal summon the baby. Gearfried attacks over the Sapphire Pegasus. Well, it's gonna try to, but Conclave is gonna bounce the Gearfried as well as the Tiger. So not looking good for Uterino, because there's another Arm Dragon level 10 waiting in the wings, and that will just be able to pop the baby with its effect. We see Sapphire Pegasus flip summoned, and it does get its effect when it's flip summoned. Okay. Level 10 pops the baby. Here is 3000 damage. And Uterino is gonna need one heck of a top deck to get out of this, but Book of Moon is not gonna do it, especially not under Conclave. So we see username moving on to the top 4. Let's look back at that guy versus Dank Memes. So we're gonna see Gaia taking on the Crystal Beasts White Dragons. Dank Memes starting off pretty strong. I think that might be game if it weren't for that Book of Moon. So Arm Dragon level 10 comes out. Here is Sapphire Pegasus. And the Crystal Beast core putting in work. That Crystal Regeki is an excellent, excellent card. So very interesting to see this deck in action. That guy is gonna Night Beam hit the bluff. Unfortunate for them. Gaia is gonna try to attack the Sapphire Pegasus, but Crystal Regeki is gonna prevent that from coming through. And Dank Memes gonna play around the Sphere Prebo, bring out the second Arm Dragon level 10 white. And yeah, that is gonna be an attack for game. Very quick game number 1. And we are gonna move on to game number 2, where that guy is able to choose to go second. But even a brick from the Crystal Beast player is pretty good. Book of Moon is gonna be placed into the graveyard to place a Topaz Tiger. But look here, that guy has plenty of back row removal. Dank Memes playing around the Night Beam. So that is just gonna be bluff set. The other Conclave will be taken out by the Space Typhoon. And now Dank Memes can barely not go for game. So if that guy draws a Gaia monster, they will be able to crawl back, and there is charging Gaia. Okay. So again, playing around the Night Beam. Yeah. And we see that guy admitting defeat by crashing his Sphere Kuribo. So that was the first top 4 match. And we're gonna see Domoski on Neos versus Username on Crystal Beast. Are we gonna see a Crystal Beast mirror match in the finals? Domoski being forced to go first. Are they gonna... Yeah, they are gonna commit the Grand Mole. Maybe unaware that they're playing against Armed Dragons. But Username is unable to bring out the Armed Dragon here, so... Let's see, they're not gonna attack the Grand Mole. Keeping that in the hand. Very controlled, very controlled. Prisma is now summoned and it's gonna send Neos. I presume it's gonna send Neos. On the summon, Crystal Raigeki will be activated to immediately destroy that Prisma. And Domoski is not gonna extend with the Reborn. Seems like they really want to keep their Hero Lives alive. But was that a mistake? Can Username simply go for game here? They finally drew a second Armed Dragon. So with the skill, they're able to put that in the graveyard. And here we see a lot of damage on board. Is it enough, or does Domoski have a live back row? No, they don't, so that should be going on to a next game. Yeah. We see Username having an okay opening hand. They can make their Armed Dragon live. And Domoski is just gonna commit the Grand Mole. Not going for the Fossil Dyna normal summon. But it wouldn't have mattered thanks to offerings to the Doomed. And interestingly enough, the skill is also able to make Crystal Conclave live. So we're seeing a beautiful interaction here. And Domoski has the side deck to Mind Crush. So he's gonna snipe 2 on Dragon level 10 whites. Oof. So now Username will have to win this game using the Crystal Beast part of the deck. We're gonna see Galaxy Cyclone taking out the Grand Mole. Normal summon Fossil Dyna, but I think this attack will be stopped by the Conclave. Yeah, bouncing back the Dyna, not going for the back row. It's a dead Champion's Vigilance. So Username skipping that draw, normal summoning Sapphire. And yeah, Domoski having the perfect draw in the form of Neos. So we'll be able to attack over that Sapphire Pegasus as well as committing the Fossil Dyna. So now Username is really blocked. They need not waking the dragon. So Domoski will be able to take that game number 2. Very interesting, very interesting. So for game number 3, we see Domoski being forced to go first. Prisma is going to be sending the Neos. And here Domoski could have bluffed a Champion's Vigilance by reborning the Neos, but they're not about that. Username will be using the skill, pitching a white to set up a Sapphire Pegasus, and this could be an indication for Domoski to play Mind Crush. They're gonna wait until the effect is declared and then chain the Mind Crush. So Username already down 2 Armed Dragon level 10 whites. So again, the Crystal Beast part of the deck is gonna have to do some heavy lifting. Here we do see Champion's Vigilance being drawn. But yeah, this Conclave is gonna put a wrench in the plans. So Demoski is giving it a nice long think. And here we see Reborn for Prisma. Is that gonna resolve? That is gonna resolve. Sending the Grand Mole. Now Reborn for Neos. That is gonna bring out the Grand Neos. And we see Lost Wind halving the attack and negating the effect. So it's not even gonna return in the end phase, I think. Players are discussing the matter of slow play. But luckily this match, I think it's not gonna be lasting very much longer. I'm gonna turn the sound off for a bit. Yeah, it looks like does have to be shuffled back. At least that is what being ruled. I think it's up to the Neos player to choose there, because there are both mandatory effects. The Armed Dragon level 10 white gets summoned, but that gets stopped by the Champion's Vigilance. And now it's looking bad for Demoski. He has to see his Neos get bounced by the Conclave, and then Username would be able to attack with both Tiger and Sapphire on the next turn. Seems like a judge is brought in here, so we're going to skip that. And it seems like it is being ruled that Armed Dragon level 10 cannot be negated by... yeah, because this is an effect that starts a chain, and Champion's Vigilance cannot negate monster effects. So I believe that's gonna wrap it up, right? Demoski has very little chance to come back from that. And Hero Lives is drawn, but it's not gonna be enough, especially under Conclave. So I think we are gonna be seeing Crystal Beast mirror match in the finals. That is Username versus Dank Memes. Both on Jesse skills. Players are back and forthing a bit in chat, but hopefully, yeah, we can finally start the game. We have Sapphire Pegasus being brought out. Username, very strong start with the Melody. So he is set up to Armed Dragon all over the opponents in this game. He's gonna immediately bring out one of them. But Dank Memes also having a decent start. He is gonna use Melody to add level 10 and white. And is gonna pitch level 10 to set up Sapphire Pegasus. And bring out his white to deal with Username's white. So that is going to be 12 and 16 damage. And Dank Memes has a great setup here. Username drawing the Waking. Is just going to set one, bring out his white. Bring out his Topaz. And it seems on the attack declaration, white is booked and Topaz on Topaz is gonna connect. In the end phase though, Crystal Raigeki popping the back row, the Waking. So let's see what Username brings out. It's gonna be the 1000 Eyes Restricts, so Dank Memes will have to deal with that on his turn, otherwise on the next turn. 1000 Eyes will just absorb the Armed Dragon and attack for quite a bit of damage. And that is what's gonna be happening. Using some DB magic. So 1000 Eyes gets in once, gets in not a second time. And here 1000 Eyes was preventing this Armed Dragon white from being flipped face up. So that is saving Dank Memes for now, but they're gonna have to get a good draw. And I don't think this is it. Yeah, Conclave gonna bounce the set, and that is game 1 to username, thanks to Waking the Dragon. Such a silly card. I love it. Next game, it seems like Dank Memes is opening pretty well, because as we said before, the skill can turn on the Crystal Beast side of the deck if you only draw the traps. Username is gonna set up a bit, but their opening is not quite as strong. Here we see Armed Dragon level 10 and Galaxy Cyclone being pitched to place 2 Crystal Beasts. Is Armed Dragon gonna be coming down? Yes. And as Chainlink 2, Mystical Space Typhoon is used to destroy the Topaz Tiger that was in the back row. And Armed Dragon level 10 is going to be taking out the Bluff set Galaxy Cyclone. Okay, play is back to username, who will have to work for a comeback here. Luckily, they're drawing the Conclave, but it's going to be bounced by Dank Memes' Conclave. So now, yeah, Dank Memes can just clean it up. We're heading into the final game of the tournament, and I'm already gonna thank you guys for tuning into this long-form content. Let's see. Dank Memes going first, pitching Medora. Excellent, excellent. And now he has all of his Armed Dragons in the hand. He's gonna pitch the level 10 to bring out the whites. And username has a pretty good hand as well. He is gonna pitch a white to place Topaz and bringing out another white. Yeah, no Medora preemptively being activated. And look at this, the excellent setup of username. We see some white on white action, and the 18 connecting directly. Let's see whether username can clap back. They have their own white dragon, a set Book of Moon, but a Conclave is gonna immediately take care of that. So I'm thinking username is in a pretty comfortable position right now. Yeah, indeed, Cyclone on the Book of Moon does it. So guys, that was Speedball Showdown 159 being dominated by these 2 Crystal Beast players. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Bye.